author, and he's now got a podcast called Bone Alley, where he looks at cases of like injustice and cold cases and all this kind of stuff. And we have Danny as a guest. Danny and we'll have a show. I need to get back to Danny, if I'm being perfectly honest. We're meant to be having a conversation this week about this, but this week's running out. But Danny Henderson in the house, people. Now,
hello, Danny.
So, yeah, exactly, Danny. So, what next? I don't know. Oh, hang on, I need to save this thumbnail. I just don't know. It's a case of sitting back now and just waiting on seeing what the next nugget is that comes out from the media. But really, at this stage, what do they feel like there is left to give us? Right?
Yeah,
they've put out the final letter. We've been given a story of herself unaliving. Don't worry about it. You'll find out the toxicology report in 2 years, guys. Definitely not being prolonged in some way so that the hype about her death dies over in the slightest. And it's
or you could just keep drip feeding all this piffle, and the more you talk, the more the truth will find out. You'll see it in your language, mate. So just keep chatting, innit?
I swear to God, Piffle was the name of a kids' TV show character that one of my kids used to watch.
Was it?
Mr. Piffles. I'm pretty sure of it. Yeah.
That's
a great word, man.
Yeah.
Do you know, Kaza pulled another one out of the vault of things that no one says anymore and told me that she was going to malky me. And I was like, wow, that is some 1988 Scottish terminology right there. So yeah.
I've heard scoosh. I've heard a few Scots say that. Scoosh.
Scoosh.
Flames are scooshing at the back.
Oh, yeah. He's a scoosh of that.
No, Flames are scooshing later.
So again, I'm obviously going to keep covering the Virginia story.
Good.
But they need to give me something. Like they need to put something out, because we cannot sit here and let this
rest
be the standard of information that we're handed in a situation like this, especially when it's a public figure and a woman who's had such an impact on the world, a woman who was an icon, a woman who stood at the forefront for men and women who felt like they had no voice. And she was a beacon of hope for those who felt like there was no voice or anyone that would listen to them.
She took some big risks to take down a big bunch of people, and she did it, and fair play to her. But surely the family would want to know the truth. I would want to know, however way it went, me personally. Yeah. It's a family member, isn't it? Just all you wrong-uns out there that keep doing them horrible things to children, just stop it, because we're coming after you. We're not taking it anymore. We're coming for you.
It's not nice.
We are not going to leave it. We are coming for you.
Yeah, man. All these need to go to jail. In fact, don't even just save us the problem. Just go to jail.
Bit of rope. Grab a bit of rope in your back.
No, I can't do that.
Yeah, because I like to go fishing. I need rope when I go fishing.
Yep, exactly. Now, that'll do. All right. So, I don't know what's happening with Gilbert. So, I think I'm going to make the executive decision to... What am I going to do? My next live stream is not until 8 o'clock.
What are you going to do now, boss? What can we do then? What do you want to do?
I don't know. Well,
hello, Darren. You all right?
Who are you talking to?
I've got a voice in here.
Hang on.
Jane's in the waiting room. I'll have to mute you, Jane, because I'm on live, mate.
Yeah, I need to mute you, bro. Listen to your life playing out in the background there. So, again, I can't stress this enough. The bus driver never seen her in the back of the car. There was no bus accident that could have produced injuries. She never ended up in a hospital. Someone is lying. Someone is being coerced into lying. He has not had regular or any sort of correspondence with people for months. Months. And then we're handed this crazy little note. And I did it unmute Uber before I forget. And then we get handed this crazy note. You've heard it yourself. Mandy, who works in a field where sadly she's experienced multiple self-unalivings, and has never seen a cascade of evidence being removed from one of them. Oh, Danny. Yeah, I think that's the 71-year-old lady that was apparently in the car. Well, that was in the car. The only person that was in the car, I might add.
That would be great if you could get her on. Yeah, I'd love to speak to her as well.
I mean, do you think that's going to be a fun? I mean, I'd love to have her on, yeah, but I mean, I can't imagine she's going to come on. I tell you what, I'd like to have her on if I can get the bus driver on at the same time.
Oh, that'd be good.
Right? If we can get the bus driver on at the same time, no problem. Or if we can get that guy that sits sideways with the orange glasses that analyzes everybody's body language.
Oh, yeah, that guy, yeah.
If we can get him on, right, then sure.
I do body language as well. So.
Because there's something real fishy going on here. Okay? And Ron, get her dad on. I'll get anybody on.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
What the F is Piffle?
Who's that?
Lilith. That's too funny. A Piffle. Oh, Piffle can be a lot of things. Right. Let me just send it back to Shaun.
Brilliant. We've really educated people today, giving them new slang words and everything.
Mate, that is what we pride ourselves on here at the Shaun Attwood channel.
Yeah.
We are true crime and also really high-tech word of the day toilet paper.
Slang word. Slang word expert.
Today's word of the day is piffle. No, but it's great. And again, you and Mandy are both community members, and it's just testament to our community and people's willingness to be part of the show and put forward their skill sets. And in this case, it's really Shaun, the expertise that both of you have. So, I can't thank you both enough for it. It really adds an extra dynamic to it all.
We've got some real gems. We really have. There's a fantastic amount of skill and talent in there.
It's true.
Really is
true. Right, guys, make sure you guys like and share.
Oh, yes.
Oh, man. I don't understand.
Have a ball, click them all.
I don't understand what's going on with Gilbert. I don't understand. Shaun, if you're watching, I swear I'm doing my job. Okay. I have time-stamped emails. Okay. I swear to God. All right. So my next show was going to be with Gilbert, who isn't here, who I imagine will just push till next Thursday now, because that's how me and Gilbert roll. Which will mean that I'm back at 8:00 with my next episode in what the hell is it called? Hang on a minute. 1 second, just muted you there. Uber. Wiggins Wild World. I keep going to say Wiggins Wild Way. Wiggins Wild World. I found a few more videos that I want to play through with you guys. And just sort of further delving into the mystery of this whole case. From Florida asked Bodie to release it. Yeah. Gilbert is word of the day. No, Gilbert was last week's word of the day. Just checking he's not arrived. No, he's not. Okay, that's fine. All right, it's okay. It's okay. So, Ron, today in the Congress, woman from Florida had asked Pam Bondi to release the JE files in the USA said her family, she was unalived. Okay, damn. Right? Victoria Harvey. I mean, you heard, maybe you didn't. That was during the 2 days of Ron's terrible content this week. That was my fault, not his fault. And he spoke about just how much of a horrible lady she really is. And, you know, Matthew Steeples is a very fancy gentleman. You know, he has a different lifestyle, certainly to me. The individuals that he knows, all that. Okay, honestly, that word's never not going to be funny when I see it written down. And he really, you know, made it pretty clear just how much of a not particularly nice person she was. I think we all got that impression anyway. But he also went on to spoke about the fact that Piers Morgan and his connections with Ghislaine, it did seem like an odd choice for her dad.
I wouldn't mind watching that. What was that on?
People were saying that Piers Morgan had interviewed her father.
So he's doing interviews already?
I think they mean the lawyer, personally. I don't think it was her father.
I was going to say, it seems a bit soon for the father, to be honest.
I could be wrong, though. You guys could be right. But I know that the lawyer was definitely interviewed.
I'm not so worried about listening to the lawyer's bullshit on the PS.
Matthew is comedy gold. Just get him on earlier in the day.
Yeah, he's funny.
Whatever are you talking about, Ruth? Whatever are you talking about? Funny.
Good luck with that. Good luck with that.
Hey, listen, I'll be honest. Matthew's he got a bit of a spicy situation that he's dealing with in his life right now. So he's doing the best he can. And I don't blame him. I really do not blame him for like a 4 o'clock jug of Pims with the situation that he's currently in. So big shout out to Matthew.
Brilliant.
It's funny because
I missed the one where he fell asleep.
Oh, listen.
I'd love to have seen that.
I'm telling you, man. There's two things as a live streamer that I have actual nightmares about. Right, one of them is falling asleep. Right, and not so much the falling asleep, but what I might say when I'm asleep. Okay, the noises that might come out of me when I'm asleep is the thing that scares me the most. Yeah, it's horrible. It's a horrible thought. But hey, listen, you know, Ron ain't going to do that. Now, okay, so it looks like, I mean, what, ladies, if I told you that we were meeting or guys, ladies and gentlemen, if I told you we were going on a date and meeting at 7 o'clock and you were at the restaurant, how long would you wait at the restaurant before you realize you've been stood up? How long? How long are you waiting there?
15 minutes, I reckon, would be the average.
15 minutes?
I reckon that'd be the average.
That is savage.
Women are getting tougher today, mate.
Yeah, it's true.
There you go. True. 15 minutes, 20 minutes.
15 minutes. Oh, damn.
There you go. I did see this I did read this somewhere that women are waiting on the average 15 minutes before they bugger off. There's even been women that have been picked up in the same restaurant and have been seen walking out the restaurant arm in arm with a guy when he's walking into it.
Brilliant. Women are
Don't be late, bro. Message to self. Don't be late.
You're right.
If she's that good, why would you want to be late? Do you know what I mean? I want to be there an hour early, bro.
You can't account for like a pigeon flying into a windshield or an Uber going rogue. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, I swear to God, I've had some very interesting Uber drivers, right? And there's this one guy who's got this like lightning fast Tesla that really enjoys letting rip on his Tesla. And I've had him twice, and it's a wild ride. I'm not going to lie. It's a rapid ride. You are getting there on time.
That's what you want.
They are fast cars, those Teslas.
D answers, I'm early and leave early.
I'm early and leave early.
She's brilliant, isn't she? Funny bugger.
Yeah, she is. That's what texting is for. Yeah, that is true.
Well, yeah.
Without a call, 15 minutes. I think that's fair without a call, 15 minutes.
Yeah, because you'd at least expect a text like 5 minutes, 10 minutes before. I'm going to be late. I would.
So at what time, how many minutes before you would start expecting other people in the restaurant to start judging you for how long you've been waiting? How many minutes is that, ladies?
Oh, yeah.
How many minutes? Like if it gets to like the 45 minutes and no one's called, like what's the feeling of walking out that restaurant going to be like?
2 minutes.
And guys, it's not just ladies, guys too. Well, my scariest Uber, Florida 2002, huge giant man who had the windows blacked out and told me he had unalived someone, pooped himself, talked him into tears, and then legged it.
What? I don't want to be going with the Uber company you're going with, mate.
10 minutes, 3 minutes. Okay.
If they pull up in a hearse, I'll be really concerned.
Have you seen some of the Uber content creators?
No.
It's like guys that are like Uber drivers in LA and do like the shifts after the nightclubs, and it's all like the absolutely steaming drunk people and all the mad conversations that they have. There's a couple of guys out in Australia that do it as well, and it is funny. It's a few of them though have like saved some of their passengers. There was a clip that went viral recently of a woman jumping into the Uber and trying to close the door, and then her boyfriend coming in, and then the Uber driver basically said that they had to get out because it had been booked for one person, and then he was going on to collect another person for a ride share. And as the guy got out, because he was obviously the first person to get out, he just absolutely gunned it and drove off with the woman in the car. So it was like it was a very consensual kidnapping, if that makes sense.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
A thin line between that being a hero and a criminal. You see what I'm saying?
Very quick thinking as well.
It's a thin line, bro. It's a thin line. Yeah. Yeah, man.
On the subject of that, Ron. Sorry to interrupt, mate.
Yeah, that's right.
I've got a course built, ready to go, and it's a body language linguistics course designed for mainly females working in public sector or working anywhere with risk. So it's learning how to see aggression, anger, conflict resolution, de-escalation techniques.
Yeah. You know, the best course that any man or woman, but mainly a woman, the best body language course any woman can do is Krav Maga. Okay.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
True.
Okay. It's not a martial art. It was invented by Jewish people in World War II to unalive Nazis who were coming after them. Okay. Yeah. It's how quickly can I stop you from hurting me as violently as possible? And I'm telling you, right? When you see like a 17-year-old Israeli female dealing with a 25, 30-year-old male who doesn't know Krav Maga, just Krav Maga. Do you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
But if Israeli SF use it, it's good enough, isn't it?
Well, it's standard, man. It's standard. Everyone knows Krav Maga. It's part of the.
Yeah, but the fact the Israeli special forces use it tells me it's good enough, because we use it. We use Krav Maga as well. Our special forces guys.
Yeah, we use a different. We renamed it though.
We've incorporated it. We don't just use Krav Maga. We've taken a whole lot and played around with it.
It's interesting, man. But I'm telling you, Krav Maga is the one. Krav Maga is the one, ladies. Krav Maga is the one.
That and Aikido, because Aikido you don't need any aggression. It's
right. Okay, so listen, I'm calling bullshit.
Well,
so I did Aikido, right? I did Aikido,
right,
and the entire time I was doing it, I was like, this is all made up nonsense.
Well, it's not.
Well,
it's not.
The locks and some of the grappling isn't made up nonsense, right?
Well, some of it is. Yeah, some of it's just silly.
But all the side flipping and
depending on who you get taught by.
Nah. So, yeah, nah. I lost a lot. Like it really upset me when I started really closely watching Steven Seagal's demonstrations of Aikido.
Oh God, don't watch
And I
it.
was like, oh no.
Don't watch it.
Oh no. Oh no.
Steven Seagal, he knows Aikido, Judo, Jiu-Jitsu, Bushido, and lots of other really dangerous words. Yeah.
Oh God. I just anyway, so Krav Maga, all right. You don't want to learn a martial art that was basically a combat sport. You don't want to learn a combat sport because you're not ever going to be in a situation to do a combat sport in a street fight. Krav Maga is the one. Yeah, that's what they tell you, right? That's what they tell you. Okay. That's what they tell you. And then as soon as someone punches you right in the throat, Danny Henderson, and you're like, oh God damn, they never told me how to defend from this. And that's it. You're done. You're done. It's great when you're demonstrating other forms of Aikido. In a street fight where I've got two like freaking pint glasses, nah man, it ain't the one. I mean, it might be in some ways. I don't know. But it's a scary concept.
Back in the day, when I had a pint in my hand, if you got within 4 foot of me, you're getting kicked in the nabs, mate. You're not getting anywhere near my drink.
Do you know? All right, so I'm just going to move Gilbert to next week now. All right, maybe it was next week that he was booked in for. Okay, well, at least we know I tried. All right, so then we're back at 8 tonight with Steven Seagal. No, Steven Seagal. Nah. All right. Well, look, listen. The next stream tonight, we're going to be delving into Wiggins' Wild World, and I think that's it. I think it's just me for the rest of the evening tonight.
Cool.
So
I'll be. What was the word? Loitering.
Loitering. Yes, absolutely.
With intent.
Exactly. Now, I just want to check the headlines, just in case there's any Virginia news that has.
You're welcome, Mandy. Very welcome. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, thank you, Mandy. Yeah. See, again, here's another really misleading headline. Virginia family shares. Oh, see, at least they've thrown in old note. Found after her, unaliving.
I just wish if they're going to drip feed us information, don't give us rubbish because, us especially, we're smarter than the average bear, mate. Stop drip feeding us rubbish. We're not going to swallow it. Not stupid.
Yeah, everything is just all over this handwritten letter. I mean, what else is anyone going to report on?
Well, there's plenty of other silliness going on in the world.
It's the two paragraphs that have dominated the headlines.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're very welcome, Mandy. Thank you so much. You're welcome back on anytime, especially when it's covering something where your skill set is so dialed in. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah. It's going to take a lot to convince me that. And in fact, I tell you what, it's going to take, let me word this carefully. It's going to take a lot to convince me that whatever the outcome was, it wasn't orchestrated by a third party.
Mm-hmm.
However you want to put that. But that's how that's it.
Yeah. That's how I'm meaning.
For anyone, like I say, who works with the channel, who is in contact with the channel, anything like that, I don't mean any offense to you or the family of Virginia.
Oh, no, absolutely not. No, that's not where it's coming from.
But sadly, somebody can't disappear months ago and not have any of her closest family and friends not become aware of it.
Mm-hmm. Especially somebody so high profile as her. I mean, it seems to me like she was surrounded by people. That's the impression I'm given, that there was people around her basically all the time. I mean, you know. And considering what she'd done and what she'd worked on, you'd think that, you know, you'd hope that she wouldn't be staying by herself. You'd hope she'd have somebody there for protection.
Now, this is unconfirmed, obviously, but somebody in the side chat had mentioned that our brothers stayed either on the farm or had been staying on the farm, or her brother had been there or had been visiting there. I don't know. So that's maybe something to be looking into. But certainly the carer, lady who was on the farm, we have to wonder what her motives were for misleading everyone with regards to her statements that she made about Virginia and the hospital and all of that.
Okay.
Unless she wants to come on and have a discussion with the bus driver and call him a liar, and then that woman's kids, you know.
Yeah.
But someone's lying.
Oh, absolutely.
Either that family and those kids and that bus driver's lying, or she's lying. But the only conclusion is she wasn't in the car, in my mind.
Well, there's no way I believe that a car accident, however bad it is, would give you injuries like that. And the car should be a write-off for a start if a bus hit it.
100 kilometers an hour, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
It'd be burst in half.
Of course. Be like,
you know,
it's like a tin can at that speed.
Be completely bust in half. Singing.
And the person driving it probably wouldn't have walked away from it either. Let's be honest.
Second, have you
noticed? You get T-boned by a school bus, you're not likely going home that day.
Right. Hang on a minute. Oh wait, her dad was on freaking Piers Morgan.
Yeah, I know. I want to see that. I want to watch that. I'm going to be all over that. Let's see what he's got to say. Hopefully he's not going to be deceptive, but if he is, I'll spot it. I promise you.
Oh, you know what tomorrow's show is going to be then, right, guys? It's going to be Uber breaking down this interview on Piers Morgan. So
I will as well if you want me to. It's not a problem.
Yeah, man.
I'll do the whole lot.
Yeah, too right, mate.
Tell me about your reaction when you heard.
Oh my God!
Who's this?
He's got Virginia's dad on with Harvey. What the hell's her name? This mad woman in the middle. That bloody Matthew Steeples was talking about. What, Harvey? Is it Harvey something? What the hell's her name? I can't remember.
Not Weinstein.
Wow. No. Not Harvey Weinstein.
Harvey Wallbanger?
Lady Victoria Harvey. Thank you, Stephanie.
That's the one.
That's the one. Also, this lady down here rocking the what was his name?
Rocking the L'Oreal look.
No. What was his name? He looks like Diglett.
That guy down there with the hat on, he looks like what's his name? He's a musician. Ted. Somebody in chat remind me. The musician Ted, somebody who wears that hat. He was on the video for a rock star.
Hang on.
What was the hat on? Is that the father?
The woman in the glasses.
Ted Nugent, that's the one. And he looks like Ted Nugent, bottom right.
What the hell? I can't remember. It was one of the guys we interviewed on the Diddy case anyway, but she's rocking his glasses. Well, yeah, this is wild. Let's have a listen to this.
She's taken her life.
Well, first of all, I couldn't even believe it.
That's all I need to hear. So our father doesn't believe it. All right, that's all I need to hear.
There you go.
I started crying right away. Still crying. I can't believe that this is happening. It's impossible. And then for them to say that she committed suicide, there's no way that she did. Somebody got to her.
Hell yeah. My G. Damn. All right, yeah. I'll get this watched. You get this watched, and then we'll meet back here tomorrow and we'll talk about it.
Sounds like a plan, Batman.
Yeah, 100%.
I didn't even know this existed, mate. Otherwise, I'd have watched this today.
No, I mean, somebody in the side chat had said it was there, and then it wasn't until you had said, "Well, our father seems that's a bit soon." I was like, oh well, maybe they mean the interview with the lawyer, but no, they're not an idiot. I'm an idiot. So wild. So yeah, we'll do that tomorrow, mate. Courtney, yes, thank you, Mac. Yes, fully rocking the Courtney specs. Now, hang on a second. Somebody had mentioned a beer that her brother was holding in a picture.
So,
and okay, there's a beer in this photo. Hang on.
I have to put my other glasses on now, aren't I? The one with one bar on it. I feel like what's his name? Coronation Street in my glasses. So what are we looking at? I'm not a photograph analyst, so. But I've got to be honest, that liquid doesn't look to be sitting at horizontal level. How is his beer at an angle like that? That beer is not sitting at, that should be level.
Yeah.
That's a really good shout, whoever shouted that. That's really interesting. With the glass at that angle, the liquid shouldn't be at the same angle as the glass. What a shout. Yes. Brilliant spot, whoever that was.
Good point. That is
great shout. Good, well spotted. I've got to say, somebody should be a photograph analyst. That's brilliant. Yeah, no, that's dodgy. Why is it like
actually
that?
Ron does read the chat, actually. Thank you very much. Okay, but it's not all about you sometimes, side chat, okay? All right. Sometimes I've got to click buttons and do my job. Okay, and like look for Gilbert and that.
Yeah, how is that beer like that? I don't get it. I mean, it doesn't look like a photoshopped picture.
Let's try and recreate it. It's easy. I mean, that's not going to be difficult to sit with a beer and take some pictures. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I don't drink, but I'll grab somebody and do it.